This week I've been driving the 2021 Kia Sorento S, which is the base model in a new series of 4 different grades. Priced at $46,850 plus on-road costs and extras, which is really not bad for a large SUV that's in the same category as a Toyota Kluger or the slightly cheaper Hyundai Santa Fe. Here's how I went driving this car for a week with my family of 4, mainly around the inner city suburbs of Sydney. And if you're after more detail, don't forget to read the review on the CarsGuide site, or if you're watching this video on YouTube, hit like or subscribe to stay up to date with all our latest videos. This is one handsome looking car. From the chunky look at the rear end, 17-inch alloy wheels and the thick, strong front grille. The LED headlights also have a really nice design to them. With 7 seats, there really is heaps of room, with 3 seats in the middle and an extra 2 in the 3rd row. Inside, there are design features which are becoming the norm across the range of Kias. Far from understated, there's these blinged up accents to the dash and the doors. And on this version, the seats are made out of cloth fabric, which feels quite durable, although I did find them quite firm. They're not really built for luxury and comfort. This version also has manual rather than electronic adjustments. The main dashboard looks the goods, with an 8-inch screen actually really nicely integrated into the whole unit. The display is best used with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and the reason for that is the onboard functionality is a little bit of a trick to use. The radio is an absolute pickle to try and tune, although there is the option of digital stations. There are more air conditioning vents than you'd ever need, but if you're fussy with your temperature like me, it does mean you can control them just how you like. There are 3 USB ports in the front console here and an extra one in the back of the middle console. There are 2 cup holders in the middle here, which have these great little adjustments, which means whatever size bottle or cup you've got, they don't rattle around too much. The middle console is really quite big and nice and deep with a little removable tray if you want it. In the 2nd row, there is plenty of room for legs, bums and heads. I'm 5'4", and with the driver's seat back, there's still plenty of leg room, meaning that the back seat is not just for kids. It's a really viable seat for adults as well. There are directional air vents, but no controls. There's 1 USB charger back here, and there's cup holders in the doors, as well as in the flip-down middle console. The pockets on the back of the seat are really deep, and they have an inside covered section and then this netted section on the outside, so plenty of room for snacks and entertainment for those road trips. For kids' car seats, there are 5 top tethers or 4 ISOFIX points spread across the 2 rows. I found them easy to access, and with my seats, they were simple enough to install. Accessing the 3rd row is actually quite easy. With the push of a button, you fold down this seat and it slides right forward, meaning you can just step into the 3rd row. There's not a huge amount of room in the 3rd row for adults, but you could certainly get away with it for short trips. Otherwise, probably best suited for the kids. The boot opens and closes manually. And even with the 3rd row up, there's a reasonable amount of room for a few small bags. But put the seats down and there's more than enough room for a double pram or whatever else you need to get into the boot. Another thing on the plus side is the spare tyre, which is fitted under here, is full size, which is becoming somewhat of a rarity. The tech-assisted safety on this version does come with blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, plus adaptive cruise control. On the safety front, there are 8 airbags, including this new style version of a curtain between the driver and the passenger. Unfortunately though, there is no coverage for the third row, which is a real shame. It has the size and weight to make you feel safe and decent power for both city and freeway driving. The acceleration is really responsive and moves between the gears really seamlessly, just making for a smooth, easy drive. The suspension is super smooth, and for a large SUV, the turning circle is really quite tight. Just makes this car a doddle to drive. I'm driving the petrol version, which is lovely and quiet. The diesel versions are obviously a little bit noisier. The official fuel consumption is 9.7 litres per 100 kilometres, but for my driving this week, which did include a lot of sitting in traffic for my city commute, clocked up to 18.9 litres per 100 kilometres. So, how easy is it to own? Kia covers the Sorento with its generous 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty, meaning that you need to get the car serviced every 12 months or 15,000 kilometres, but pricing is capped, so that you know over the 7 years it's only going to cost you around $3,100. There are quite a few differences across the range of Sorentos. Richard Berry on the CarsGuide site has compared them all in his review, so check it out to get the full rundown. So to wrap up, the Kia Sorento S is an easy, practical car to drive. And for that reason, I've scored it 7.8 out of 10. My kids have been a bit more generous with 8.5 out of 10, just for all the extra room in the back. If you're after more detail, read the full review on the CarsGuide site, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay up to date with all our latest videos.